entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Joe Alsobrook here, Mindset Over Everything, the podcast. And hey, how you guys doing? Look, little caution right here. This is going to be my disclaimer. Some of this episode is going to be NSFW. So if you listen to this out loud, I'm sorry. I just don't know how to convey the message that I'm going to convey in this episode without saying some of the words that I'm going to say, but they are for effect and they're on purpose. So I'm not just doing it to do it. Right. I just don't know how else to do it. I went to public school in Oklahoma. Forgive me. It's just all I know sometimes. Right. All right. With that being said, welcome to the podcast, Mindset Over Everything. Folks, look, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. That's how you get updates and notifications about new episodes. It's also what tells Apple and all the other platforms that you like it. And if you like it, Apple and all the other platforms assume other people will. However, they don't know that if you're just listening to it and not subscribing and leaving ratings and reviews. There. Please and thank you. There. All right. So today, this morning, and here over the last several weeks, I've been doing some social media, social experiments, really. And wow, I'll say first and foremost, the world has become a comment section just in general, right? There's all this fake outrage in social media. So what has happened is people start reading outrage into things that are not outrageous. And I get it. You know, people do this because they're reading things through their own perception, their own vision, their own reality. I can't control that. Neither can you. But those comment sections get dangerous. People have lost jobs over simple opinions that offend other people. Think about how ridiculous that is for a second. Now, I don't mean real racist views, right? I don't mean real hateful speech. I mean simple, out of context things. You've had sports analysts lose their jobs. You've had other media and experts lose their jobs over simple things, right? So I've been playing around with Facebook a little bit. I've recently had a huge upswing, like over 2,000 people on my Facebook page. And I wanted to kind of play around with the audience and see what's getting engagement and what's not, right? So in doing that, I made a post. And this post was from the gym. And if you guys have heard the episode, How You Do Anything's How You Do Everything, and I talk about it. I got it obviously off of the Andy Frisella MFCEO podcast project. And, I love it. I live it. I don't live it, right? I'm looking at a dirty bedroom right now. But I do live it in that I try to implement, it's the word I'm looking for, that into everything that I do. So I think it's just a great philosophy to have. And so I made a post this morning. It was sparked by something that happened at the gym. And you all have heard, if you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to that episode. Not only Andy Frisella's episode, obviously listen to that, but also my episode. And I talk about the shopping carts, right? And people leaving shopping carts all over the damn parking lots and the grocery stores, Walmarts, anywhere that has shopping carts. Dollar Generals, people leave the shopping carts there. It's insane, right? Now, I'm going to preference everything I'm about to say for some of those morons who cannot get out of the one-off scenarios, right? One-off scenarios do not rule the world. One-off scenarios exist. I get it. Everyone gets it. Cool story, bro. No one cares. We get the one-offs. We don't need those explained. Pregnant women, leave your shopping cart there. Someone needs to go get that right for you, okay? Someone should have been getting it for you as you put your stuff away and said, you know what, ma'am, I'll return that cart. That's what actually should have happened. Elderly, disabled, right? And I don't just mean the elderly guy who's just a little bit kind of tired from the day. Dude, take your cart back. But still, right? Respect your elders. So elderly, disabled, obviously, leave your shopping cart there. In all actuality, some young buck should have been stepping up and taking that shopping cart for you, or buckette, right? So I'm not talking about the one-offs here in this entire episode. Get it out of your mind. Get it out of your head now, okay? We good? We're done with the one-offs? Word. let's move forward. So I'm in the gym this morning, right? And I'm getting my workout in, and, I'm getting a good chest workout in, I'm getting bench press, and, I'm over there on the bar, and, I get the dumbbell press. I'm over there with the dumbbells. I'm pushing some good weight back, and again, I used to be a beast, and I'm kind of getting back there. I'm still just a panda, but I'm working my way back up to beast mode. So I get done with my workout, and I go over, because, they have those little wet wipe towel dispensers on the wall, so you can wipe your equipment down, and I wipe my equipment down, right? I should probably wipe my equipment down before I use it, but I absolutely wipe it down after every single use. And the reason I say before is because you know the idiot before you didn't, right? Again, harsh language. I call names. I call people out in this episode because that's what this episode is for. Okay, so I get the little paper, the little wipe thing, and I'm wiping my thing down, and I come over to throw mine away, and lo and behold, there's a little waste basket, right? Little one right under the dispenser, and there's like a couple strewn over the sides of it, and there's one laying on the floor. And in that moment, I thought, I'm going to snap a picture of this because this is going to be the perfect example to make a point and tie that into the shopping carts, tie that back into the podcast and the mindset over everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. So I snapped a picture of that. I bent down, I picked it up, I threw it away. Okay? My morning goes on. I get some of my other routines done. I'm obviously done with the gym. I'm back home. I do the things I got to do. I make the post. I circled it in red, drew some red arrows around the little tissue or whatever it is on the floor. And then I said something to the effect of, the same idiot that left this on the floor is the same moron that couldn't take their shopping carts back at the grocery store, and probably the same idiot who left their grocery items in random aisles they don't belong on as they change their mind grocery shopping, and is the same worthless excuse who is wondering why they didn't get that promotion, that raise, that thing in life they're striving for that someone else got when they think they, quote unquote, deserved it instead. End quote. These people are complete losers. Don't be these people. Be better. How you do anything is how you do everything. Prove me wrong then. That was the post. And wholly insightful, right? So somebody commented on the post, first commenter, right? She said, this is 100% negative and goes against everything that you stand for and all of the other things that you ever posted, which is a complete ridiculous post and comment. But whatever. I said, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way. However, I've posted it for this reason. It was actually positive thing, although I did use some harsh words like idiot and moron. I didn't take a picture of the person who did it. I saw who did it, right? I didn't take a picture of them, right? I'm not calling someone an idiot or moron. So and I mentioned also in the post, I would digress, that something about peeing on the seats, right, and leaving it, right, because that's absolutely asinine too. So this person is actually taking issue with this, and then she starts going in on me. Again, who are you to hold somebody else accountable? Who are you to hold someone else accountable like you have it all figured out, and if somebody just listened to you, they'd have all your successes, bro. Glad you got it figured out, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, the person was taking serious issue and with the fact that I use words like idiot, moron, loser, right? And I think, honestly, obviously, I struck a nerve. This person is probably the person who leaves their shopping carts in the parking lot. And I said that. Apparently, I struck a nerve. To which she replied, yeah, I'm probably the idiot that threw my paper towel on the floor. Okay, well, probably. I mean, not at that moment, but in general. I bet she throws cigarette butts out the window of her car, right? I bet she doesn't stack the plates when she's done eating at the restaurant, so the server can easily get them, right? That's just a common courtesy, but it's also kind of just a good thing to do, right? She probably doesn't do that. And she's probably wondering why she probably doesn't have those things in life that she's really wanting. And that post struck a nerve. And then there was a couple of other people who I was really surprised at, actually, that I know. I knew this comment or two, but other people that I know that really kind of, they took a negative issue. They said, whoa, bro, are you on the juice? This post seems kind of ragey. I mean, one, no, I'm not. But two, what? Oh, how is it why do people read tonality into text, right? I'll tell you why. It's because of where their mindset is based upon their reality and their environment in which they're consuming the content. So if you see something on TV and it incites an emotion from you, it's probably based on where you are mentally, your mindset at the time in which you watched it. Same thing with Facebook, same thing with Twitter, same thing with Instagram, same thing with you name your social media platform here. People time and time again blame other people for the way that they feel about something that person said. And I honestly can't think of something more ridiculous, all one-offs aside. If you're out there inciting things on purpose like trolling, grow up, knock it off. I grew out of that 5 years ago. Should have grown on out of it much longer ago because I'm 42, but still, grow out of it. It's time to grow up. It's time to move on. But you'll get there eventually, right? But outside of the trolls and outside of that other stuff, if you can't read something without putting your emotion, right, projected onto that, thinking, well, this person's obviously enraged. This person's so mad and whiny. I can't believe. It just goes to show me that it's my fault that they feel that way, because the content that I hoped to have portrayed up until this point on social media and on the podcast and everything else in between is really the act and art of accountability. And she's right. Who am I to hold you accountable? I can't hold you accountable unless we have some sort of alignment agreement, right? Unless you're a significant other or unless you're a business partner. And even then I'm limited to the points of which I can hold you accountable, right? I'm very limited to that. No one on God's green earth, and mothers and fathers will disagree with me here. And I might kind of have a dichotomy with this. I might disagree with myself a little bit, but no one can hold you more accountable to yourself than yourself. So she's right. I can't hold you accountable. All I'm trying to do is be that spark, right? Because you can have all of the things in place to light a big old fire. You can have all the wood, all the kindling, right? The wind and conditions can be just right. You can have all the fuel, but without that spark, that igniter, that fire's not going to light. I'm just trying to be that spark, and eventually that ember is going to catch, and it might just blow in the wind for a while, right? Because another person said, when I explained my motives on the post, the other person said, well, none of the people who commented here are doing any of that stuff that you said. Okay, maybe not now. Maybe not today. Maybe some of them aren't doing it because they're already doing it, right? So maybe that post isn't going to incite that action because they already have that action kind of incited in them. But it's not for that. It's eventually that little spark's going to blow in the wind. It's going to light on a spot, and then that fire is going to start, and then that's where it's going to take place. That's what happened to me when I first heard Andy Frisella talking about how you do anything is how you do everything, and the peeing on the toilet seats and leaving it, because I've done that at gas stations. And now listen, I've also been to a bar or a gas station bathroom, and you walk in there and it's already all over the place, right? I'm not cleaning up everyone's piss. I'm also not going through the parking lot and gathering all the shopping carts. I will take the ones that are around me and I'll take those back, right? I've done that many times. But same thing with trash. I'm not going to go police and clean up all the trash all around. The Japanese do it. If you guys watch the World Cup, the Japanese, when they would leave the stadium, they would all collectively as a culture together would all pick up after everyone there, not just themselves, but everyone. So they clean the entire thing. Maybe we should take some notes from that, right? But I'm not going to go that far with it. However, I'm going to make sure I take care of my stuff, at least to the best of my abilities. And I'm always going to work to be better at that. I'm not perfect. Like I said, I'm looking at a messy bedroom right now. I'm not where I need to be in life, but if I can't make a comment about someone throwing something on the ground and people look at me like I'm the one wrong, If I can't make a comment about how you shouldn't piss on the toilet seat and leave it for someone else to clean up, and I'm the one who's wrong, if I can't make a comment about how you shouldn't leave the shopping carts in the parking lot and your lazy ass should take those back to the return, and if there's no return, wheel that son of a bitch back inside, and I'm the one that's wrong. Okay? Again, folks, I said this is going to be a little NSFW. I'm sorry, but at some point, you got to call a spade a spade. And if you're the spade, then you're getting trumped because you got to knock it off. You got to knock it off. Take accountability for yourself. How you do anything is how you do everything. Look, you can lie to yourself all you want, but you're not going to lie to me. I'm going to call it for what it is. It's lazy. There's no discipline whatsoever. Right? And I can promise you, even though you may have levels of success in your life to that point, you're nowhere near the fulfillment of your true potential because of those stupid, lazy decisions that you're making on a habitual basis. Pick it up, do better, how you do anything, how you do everything. Get out of your feelings, because I promise your feelings don't care about you. You project those things out there all over the place, like people are just supposed to stop everything because of how you feel about a moment. Now, again, someone's going to turn that around like, well, you felt a certain way about that paper. Look, I'm pointing it out. And the people who are the perpetrators and the habitual offenders are up in arms saying, oh, you don't know what happened in that person's life that left that paper on the ground, and you have no idea why that shopping cart was left in the parking lot. And I also don't care, okay? Because beyond the one-offs, the disabled, right, the pregnant woman, right, well, beyond the one-offs that we've already named, I really don't care, okay? Pick up after yourself. The world's not here to look out for your feelings. Get over it. Mindset over everything, folks. Thank you very much. I love you, and I'll talk to y'all later.